So I think with the breakdown of the 4 decision process, it's really allowed me reading this book to kind of rethink the way that I'm going to tackle these decisions. One of the things that the book also talked about was really going and seeking out people who can provide you the answers. And one of the examples that they used in that is Walmart. The CEO and founder of Walmart literally stole people's concepts, and he's the one who brought the whole pay at the register and instead of the individual departments into what it is today. And he technically stole it, and he admits it and is open about that. And I thought it was pretty interesting because his philosophy is go to the people who can get you the answers, and there's a lot of truth to that. So
yeah, no, I mean, definitely would like to add to that because you know, when I mentioned my personal life in this and how it totally went from this self-destruction to what I feel like, you know, new chapter, this great path that I'm finally going on, I could have easily let myself go and I could have let everything define me, but I wouldn't. I had to, you know, at the moment I just wanted to not think and I wanted to be reckless, and I had to think, okay, this is my life. And you know, usually we're wired to the fight or flight, and so I think that that's usually how we think when we're making decisions, is either when it's a decision we're not comfortable in making, you know, we don't want to deal with it and we end up doing something that we shouldn't do. So I wish I had this book in my life a little bit earlier, but I think it's great to know that at least the way I did make my decisions was based strategically, and I had to think about everything I was doing to make sure that it is really for the best. And so that is why I can gladly say I'm no longer where I was, because of the way that I had thought about going with everything that was happening during that time frame. So I mean, I definitely, do you have any examples that you'd like to add for the 4-step process? Is there anything that you can really that you feel really close to as far as one of the process steps?
Nothing more than what I've already said, I don't think.
Okay. I also believe that there were some great quotes from the novel. One that I have found was, the difference between an amateur and a professional is in their habits. A professional has professional habits. And I just really like that quote, because to me, what this meant is usually amateurs are inconsistent and they're not sticking with something that they have made commitment to, or as far as a decision. And so they don't really give that decision a chance. And so it never becomes its full potential. And so I really like how it worded out the difference between an amateur and a professional is based on their habits. So really like that quote. And then I also saw a quote, let's see, there was also actually the one of the villains that I saw in there was the, anytime in life you're tempted to think, should I do this or that? Instead, ask yourself, is there a way I can do this and that? And I think that's a great quote too, because you know, nothing is impossible. And when people make decisions, they make it based on what is realistic. And that's usually, I mean, that's the right way to go, I feel like, but also people need to have hope and people need to think outside the box. And I believe that this quote put a little light into believing in yourself, and instead of asking, somebody or yourself, should I do this or that? What can I do to do this or that? To get yourself there much closer to that decision making. And so I thought that was really good. So I don't have anything else to add to this, but I thought that overall the novel was great for anybody that may feel lost, may need guidance, or just even that extra push to understand the ways that they can go into making, whether it's a small decision to buy a washer or dryer, what kind of brand and all that, to owning a business, and whether it's a right thing or not, and what kind of business. I think that this book helps the person to be able to find a way to put it on paper and make sure that they are thinking about it clearly with the correct process. So I don't know if you'd like to end it off with anything, but yeah.
I would just really second that the book really can help you understand a streamlined process of a way to make decisions. So
Perfect.
You should pick it up and read it.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, class.